Hello you guys, welcome to the first tarot reading of this year. So today's video is basically the main themes of January. We have 3 piles. I'll show them, you pick from pile 1, 2 or 3. We're gonna ignore my wet hair and my spot cream, okay, as always. So I'm going to go straight into it. This is going to be a short reading. I do kind of want to do one where it's like a card per month of the year to like see an overall view of the collective's year, but we'll see if I have the energy. But anyways, let's get into pile 1. So pile 1, your cards are the Queen of Coins, Ace of Wands in reverse, Queen of Swords, and the Page of Swords. So with the Queen of Coins, I'm seeing that this month is going to be heavily surrounded by the theme of money and career, and that it would be a priority of yours to either start good saving habits, up your income, that kind of stuff. You really want to be in charge of that theme of your life. So it could also be that you kind of maybe want to start working for yourself and the plan is coming into works. But I am seeing with the Ace of Wands in reverse that there may be some kind of, what's the word? It might be postponed, you know, like a little obstacle before you can do this new thing or up your income or do whatever you want with your money or career. And I feel like I have to mention that it is Venus in retrograde and Mercury in retrograde, or at least in the shadow period of it. So now isn't even the time to start anything new, but it's an okay time to plan something new. So I would definitely do that. I would definitely, you know, come up with the idea, and then eventually maybe once these retrogrades are over you can bring this into fruition yourself, because then also I see Queen of Swords and then Page of Swords, and they're like, that's 2 swords cards together. So it's like there's an insane amount of action you're going to be taking after this time, and a lot of communication will be necessary, and you may need to involve other people even if you don't want to, but it's going to be necessary, and these people are going to help you out a lot. So I think what's important here is plan, know that you can get to where you want to get with your money and career. Don't take action quite yet, but be ready to. Maybe try to gather a few people who can help you out with whatever this is. If it's financial advice or starting up something yourself, just get a few people that you trust, that you know you can trust, to help you out with this. And then eventually, I think maybe by the end of the month into February, you will be able to take this plan and put it into action. And I think it's going to be successful. You know, I don't see any cards here that are saying, bad idea, don't do this. You know, it's confirming that this is okay. This is a cool thing to do. It's safe to do, just maybe at a later date. But very simple reading, like I said. If you want to book a one-on-one private reading with me, then you can DM me on Instagram or my email, or you can book. The best way is to book via my website, where I have a form you can fill in instead of going back and forth through messages. But I hope you guys have a great January, and I'll see you next time. Hi, pile 2. Okay, we have some very, very, very interesting cards here. So we have the Fool in reverse, Temperance in reverse, the 3 of Swords in reverse, and the 9 of Wands. So I think what's going on here is you could be going through stagnancy or heartbreak or just something painful, or you don't know what you're doing, you don't know where you're going, kind of thing, and you want to find the balance, you want to have this new energy. And I just heard intuitively that like the new year feels like new energy for everyone but you. So you wanted to feel this newness, you wanted to feel this goodness, and I feel like you aren't feeling it. And I think the reason is if you've gone through a heartbreak or something along those lines, or you just hurt or you're stagnant or whatever, you're not allowing yourself to feel what you actually feel. And so you're kind of, there's a word, and I needed to use it in the first group, and I can't think of it. Fuck. I mean, no, this isn't the word I wanted to use. but you are like hindering your own healing because you're stopping yourself from feeling. And by avoiding our emotions, we kind of prolong the process of healing. And we make it a nightmare for ourselves. It's like pushing away people we love, but you're doing it to yourself. It's like you destroy those relationships, and so you're destroying the relationship with yourself by pushing your emotions away. So that's all happening, and then it's coming into the sign of Wands energy. There's this need to build back up, but there's also this fear and this defensiveness and this determination all mixed in one, and it's like a really overwhelming amount of emotions because you don't know what to do with each emotion, which is normal. But I think this January is for you to heal, is for you to properly sit down and heal and take into consideration how you're treating yourself. And I say that as someone who, I love myself. I've learned to love myself from a young age because I was very alone when I was young. And so I had to love and appreciate who I was immediately, pretty much. But even with that, because I feel like you are similar intuitively, you can love yourself and still not be doing what's right for you. Some people don't understand that. They think, oh, if you're not doing what's right, then you don't love yourself. But it doesn't work like that. I just think that you need to sit down, process your emotions, journal it out, sing it out, draw it out, I don't know, do whatever you do. If you go to therapy, seriously take advantage of that because it is so amazing. Like, I love therapy. I'm excited for my therapy appointment tomorrow. I need it. And I think it's a really healthy way of getting things out. If you don't, look it up. If it's a possibility, if you can access it, you need to actively make yourself feel better. And I know in times where you feel like this, it's hard to do that, but it's still possible. And all it takes is like one action, and then once you've done that one action, the rest kind of happen like a butterfly effect. And it's really funny because I looked up, and above the camera my mum has like a fake butterfly in a frame. This January is for you to heal, and I think after the beginning of the year things are going to start happening for you really positively as well. That's how it feels. I feel also like this is probably for me, to be honest, this one. I don't like to admit it, but I feel that way. But anyway, part 2, thank you for watching. Yeah, it was a short reading, but if you want to book a one-on-one, then DM my Instagram or email me, or the best way is to go through my website, all of which is below, because there's just a form and we don't have to go back and forth with information and take longer than it needs to. But thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Okay, hi pile 3. Oop. I like this, kinda. It's confusing, but I like it. So, oh my god. We have the Magician, the 5 of Cups, the 3 of Cups, and the Ace of Coins in reverse. Okay, different messages I'm feeling from like each card instead of like a story strung together. But with the Magician, something you've been manifesting is coming into fruition this January. It could be to do with friends, social group, love, I'm not so sure, but it's possible because there's so much water here, which is, the emotions, the depth. Either way, positive. You're going to be very grateful for this thing. However, with the 5 of Cups, I am feeling like you are looking instead at what you've lost rather than what you've gained. And so you're... I just heard something. And it's kind of a call out because I think this is at someone else that I know. If he watches, then this is going to be funny. But you distract yourself with your friends when you go through this. When you go through, I've lost this, but I have these amazing things. But I'm not going to pay attention to these amazing things because I want to wallow in self-pity. So what instead I'm going to do is distract myself with my friends. And then that starts to hurt me more. And then I'm in the cycle of fuck, I fucked up because I left the good things I have to the side. because I focus so much on these things. So don't do that. That's a suggestion. But I do feel like friends will help you. It's really confusing because I'm feeling very mixed energies. It feels like either, there's two scenarios here. Either your friends will really help you and you'll have a lot of good socializing in January, a lot of good times out, you know, if possible, blah, blah, blah. Or your friends are the distraction. Or there's a third scenario. Half your friends are really trustworthy and really want to be there for you, and the other half aren't. They don't have your best interests at heart, even if it feels that way, and you kind of need to be able, because you can't right now, I can feel it, you can't right now, but you need to be able to differentiate basically between the two. So I think people are going to help you, but you have to accept this help, and then at the same time you need to know who to trust, and you also need to not neglect what you have whilst looking at what you've lost. Because I think whatever this manifestation is, it's going to seem like it's coming smaller and you might not even recognize it because you're so focused on the bad rather than the good. And don't get me wrong, I'm a fucking pessimist most of the time, even though I like to say I'm an optimist. I'm really not with myself. But what's going on here is you are letting the bad control your life. You have bad coping mechanisms, basically. Because yes, when we lose things, it's really hard to not focus on that stuff. But when you have things in front of you that are so big and beautiful, so say you, this is an example, lost a relationship, but you have a new relationship. I'm not saying right next to each other, but like say it's been a few months. You're still focusing on this loss of this relationship because you're not dealing with it the right way. Either you aren't letting yourself feel, or you're not letting yourself move on, or you're not cutting communication to really give that space with your ex, or your friends are kind of perpetuating that this was a mistake, but you're not listening to your gut when you, like you did when you ended it. And then this person is over here being the love of your life. This is really exaggerated. And you're kind of like, no, I'm going to focus on the bad instead of pertaining to the person that's actually there for you. And I know it, I wanted to give that example instead of you've had a breakup, here are your friends, because it's not the same. Like the love, I understand that the love from friends and a partner, for example, are very different and reach different needs. So I don't agree with comparing the two, because it's like when I'm away from my partner, I feel like shit. And even though I'm grateful for my friends, I kind of shut down a bit because it's not the same needs they're reaching as my partner can. And so it causes like a blockage of I need to retreat kind of thing. But say you lost a friend and you have so many amazing other friends. Lingering on this one friend you've lost when you have so many amazing friends. You know, I'm trying to compare the same kind of relationships here. As an example, could be a job, could be anything, but just because there's cups, the suit of love and emotions kind of makes sense for it to be a connection of some sort. And I also think because of this Ace of Coins, that you also may try to distract yourself with money or your career, and this also will not work. Oh, I just heard something. Why do I feel like this is literally for someone I know? The manifestation card is obviously here. The Magician. We love him. I feel like I need to... So I'm using the movie deck. And it has like... I'm such a geek. It has fucking quotes in it. That I love, love, love. Here we go. You do the math. You solve one problem and you solve the next one. If you solve enough problems, you get to come home. That's the fucking... The magician, that isn't even the meaning of the magician, but that's the quote they've given it because it has movie on it. So all the, what's it called? All the major arcana and aces and stuff like that, some like knights and pages and stuff have movies on them and quotes on them. And that's literally it. This is weird because what I was gonna say was that even if what is happening right now is bad, it kind of feels, and I don't mean to be a dickhead, I really don't, but it really feels like you've brought it on yourself. Whether it's because of your coping mechanisms, like this focusing on the bad rather than the good, it's like you have put yourself where you are right now. Not in the loss, because I think the loss isn't the issue. I think the coping of the loss is the issue, and the coping of the pushing away is the issue, and then the attempt, that's not a word, the attempt of the distraction through friends, money, career is also another coping issue. And you've kind of manifested yourself in where you are right now. This is really in depth. This is getting too specific. I feel like I genuinely set the intention, obviously, to read for the collective or whoever watches these videos, but I feel like it's becoming for someone I know, but I also know he watches my, anyway, in short, because I'm really missing the point right now, you are putting yourself in the negative position that you are in, but you have all, like, in the last group, they were in a really negative place, and it was because they weren't allowing themselves to heal, which is a really normal thing. Like, we don't even realize we're stopping ourselves from doing that sometimes. But with you guys, and like for them, like it's a slow process and then it gets positive. Whereas for you, it's like the positive is here right now and you are completely avoiding it because you don't see it. Things are really black and white to you, and life isn't black and white, okay? It's really ironic as well because there's just a book in front of me that's like on this black and white photographer that my mom loves. But yes, the point, what was my point? The positive is here right now. The good friends, or the good relationship, or the good family, the good manifestations, the things that you want, they are here and you are doing this. You are actively pushing it out. Why have I become so passionate and energetic all of a sudden? This group needs help. But also I kind of want to read out the life lesson because each major arcana comes with a life lesson and I love it. It's so, I love it. I do love it. I do. Recognize and acknowledge your gifts. Use your power well. This is... What did I just say? I literally never do I go in this. Never do I open the booklet, even though I love the quotes on it, just because I never feel drawn to, and I felt drawn to, and I was right. That is exactly what I'm saying. You are taking advantage of your own power. Oh my God, ego and pride. It's ego and pride, not pride and prejudice. Pride and ego, okay, is what is taking over with you. And you need to fucking quit it, okay? Tough love. I just spat everywhere, that was gross. Tough love. You need to get a grip. Everything that you want, everything that can make you happy is right here. And you are going, I simply do not see. I am simply blind. And that's not life. Life doesn't work that way. If you do that, it doesn't just stay there, it leaves, okay? If you fuck up with something, it leaves. Doesn't mean it won't come back, but it will leave. You can miss an opportunity. Stop setting yourself up, you are self-sabotaging. And it could, if you, let me put it this way. If you do this, if you open your eyes, if you pull people in, the things that you want in, if you, instead of pushing them, if you allow them to be where they want to be, you know, if you allow people to help you, if you allow your friends or partner or family to love you, yeah, so much good is going to happen. In fact, I don't want to fucking shuffle for another. This is very interesting. I've never needed to do this with a reading. This is a very long group. I don't know why. I knew it. 2 of Wands in reverse. Literally the card of reminiscing. You are looking backwards when you should be looking forwards. The past isn't going to change. You can't fix any of that. You can only do, you know what? I love tarot sometimes. I miss moments like this because I literally haven't had a reading be like this for ages. The back of the deck is what I was going to look at. You ready? 2 of Cups. I knew it. I knew it was a relationship. I knew it was for who I was talking about. Anyway, you are looking backwards, but if you looked forwards, everything could be solved. If you actually had positive coping mechanisms, things would be good. I'm getting salty and I forgot that I wasn't reading for this person and that I was reading for a whole collective of people. But it's still, you still need tough love, whoever is watching this fucking group, because holy shit do you set yourself up. It's quite funny. And yeah, 10 of Coins, family gatherings, like things that are healthy for you. And then under that is the Empress. Like it's a bunch, like every single card under the back of deck is positive. And as I said that, the Sun, which is like ultimate happiness, ultimate love. You are your own blockage. That's your message today. That's it. You are your own blockage. You are the thing setting yourself up. I mean, I'm not judging you because the amount of times I have done this, but I've learned my lesson because I'm not a fucking idiot anymore. That sounded like I was calling you an idiot. I wasn't. I was calling former, is that the right word? Former me an idiot? Yeah. I still am an idiot, to be honest, but with pride. Anyways, oh my god, I need to actually shut up. Basically, stop it with love. Thank you. I really want to continue reading because that was so interesting, but you know what, I'll just do a reading for myself. How the fuck do I get my shit together, babes? That's what I'm gonna ask Spirit. That was really violent and I didn't like how I did that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video. I don't know, I hope you enjoyed it. Listen, I cannot control what the cards say, right? It ain't up to me, it's up to Spirit. If you want to book a one-on-one reading, all the information is below. You can either DM my Instagram, email me. But the best way is to go through my website because I have a whole form on there. Instead of going back and forth and saying and asking all the questions I need to, it's all on there. But then yeah, I look forward to reading for you again. My tea's getting cold now. Ugh. Okay, bye. Love you. Who says see you next time? Anyways, vibes. I don't want to get my hair in my tea. Mwah! Ew, I look fucking gross.